Peace. Bam. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. The rate at which we're vibing. We're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now. Right now, we kind of going somewhat in the past and the future. I want to speak on the zodiac signs and how now is the time to really start embracing your true zodiac sign. I know you probably want like what you mean true zodiac sign? Like I know I'm a Cancer, I know I'm a Capricorn, I know I'm a Gemini. But unfortunately, you may not be the sign that you always claim to be all of your life. And before I even get into the part I'm about to get in, I know how some of you feel. It's like you've been embracing a certain zodiac sign for most, your whole life. Some say, for instance, I've been on this earthly plane for 30 years, so I can understand if you've been here longer or this long. You know what I'm saying? And you've been embracing a certain zodiac sign for so long, and then to be told, hey, there's a little mix up and your zodiac sign may not be the same, that throw off, matter of fact, it throws off your ego. If anything though, just know that, the off putting or the upset feeling or whatever you would get from it, that's just your ego, just not like, damn, like change. I gotta change who I've been, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically what might get to you. But I mean, it ain't nothing, it is what it is. But now we're embracing Ophiuchus, and I did a video about Ophiuchus. Matter of fact, I started putting my identity cards back on the videos. But I did a video a while back on Ophiuchus and how, in essence, they add Ophiuchus back to the zodiac signs. It always been there, but then Western civilization or Western astrology took it out, you know. But now it's proven to be an energy that we should recognize again, in essence. Because honestly, I don't know the deepness of the story of how it even got taken away in the first place, but intuitively, I just feel like it was something that was always in place. You know, uh, Western civilization, the oppressors doing what they do. They like, everybody don't need to know the trueness of their vibration. Let's modify this a little bit. Or it could be through ignorance, where they, we're scientists and we know everything. Oh, and they look in the sky and it's like, oh, no more Ophiuchus, so we're not gonna consider that astrology sign. I don't know the exact story behind it, but just know that now it has come back into our realities, in this paradigm, in this dimension. We're back to the 30 the 13 sign zodiac. That's 13 and zodiac put together. 13iac, 30iac. But the 13 sign zodiac is now what we should embrace, in which I'm gonna leave this up for a second. But these are basically the new dates. Now some of us, we're gonna stay in the same spot, I'm saying, bring it a little closer. Some of us are gonna remain in the same signs, but a lot of us doing a lot of moving. For a matter of fact, and just on the side, Ophiuchus is in between Scorpio and Sagittarius. And I also brought up another video. I'm gonna let y'all see a little while longer. Hope y'all got it. Matter of fact, and it also is making Scorpio one of the shortest zodiac signs as far as timing wise. But yeah, so Fucus is in between Scorpio and Sagittarius, and on another level too, Ophiuchus represents like that Kundalini energy, or that portal-like energy. Matter of fact, and it embraces the masculine and the feminine aspect. It's also represented by Imhotep. Imhotep, basically, who most civilizations mimic. Either they mimic or Imhotep reincarnated into their civilizations as the different people. But like most people try to discredit Imhotep and have somebody in their own culture that was like Imhotep knew about astrology, alchemy, like just all the different sciences of everything, you know what I'm saying? Like spirituality, chemical, just everything, you know what I'm saying? Medical. That's why the Caduceus, you know what I'm saying, goes with Imhotep and goes with the medical industry, and also again with the constellation of Ophiuchus, because it's represented by two snakes. But also where Ophiuchus is located is also the area where the middle of the galaxy is located also. So you kind of see that it's uncoincidental that the center of the galaxy is in the same area that Ophiuchus is in, and Ophiuchus has like that portal gateway like vibration to it. But you know embracing our new signs. And again, I know it's like, oh man, I've been a Capricorn. Matter of fact, got class rings and everything. You know what I'm saying? That that has your birthstone. And it's like, oh no, I've been embracing being a Gemini all my life. Or I'm embracing being an Aquarius. I was like, I ain't about to. Well, unfortunately, it is changing whether you like it or not. And I realized, for one, when I was embracing being a Capricorn, it was kind of somewhat of the placebo effect. Because as I was embracing, or at least trying to embrace being a Capricorn, I always would realize, and I'm pretty sure I had a few videos where I would bring up, like, bro, let's say I'm a Capricorn, why I feel so ungrounded. Like I always would bring up that. And now it really makes sense that, now, and another thing too would be smart to do. You could probably just Google it and find your calculator, natal chart calculator. But now you want to look for a natal chart calculator that uses all 13 signs. Because after I redid mine, I'm a Sagittarius uh, sun, and I'm a Pisces moon. And then now, like compared to a Capricorn sun and an Aries moon. And now it makes more sense because naturally, like my true being embraces being a Sagittarius and a Pisces moon, you know what I'm saying? But the placebo effect that I then started with embracing the Capricorn, embracing, which I just found out about my Aries moon, but it didn't even feel, even when I made the video about like, it makes sense. I saw little aspects, and that's the thing dealing with zodiacs. We could have little bits of all the zodiac signs, to be honest with you, but you know, it's the characteristics that resonate strongly with you, and I resonate strongly when I really looked at Sagittarius and Capricorn, really looked at it. And I'm like, all right, I really am a Sagittarius, and now from you'll also find those, say for instance, if your sign may have switched up, or you may find yourself in like a cusp like energy, because I do feel like I still embrace some characteristics of a Capricorn, but I feel like my true being is a Sagittarius sun, and honestly a Pisces moon, because I like to go in my little realms, man. Like I like to get away from the physical reality. And that's something a Capricorn doesn't do. A Capricorn thrives on being physical and being in the materialistic world and doing business. That's why, like, even though yes, I am being an entrepreneur, but that's why there's a lack of structure dealing with dealing with what I do. You know what I'm saying? And it comes naturally. Well, my taking my time with my website. I sell my jewelry off my Instagram. It's like a chaotic structure, not like no structure like what a Capricorn would really truthfully have. Because matter of fact, just to go through a few little characteristics, what I realized, like, all right, like a Sagittarius is a generous, idealistic, and great sense of humor. And that's one of the things that resonated with me the most. I remember telling my mom a while when I was a kid, when she told me to stop clowning in class. Matter of fact, this might be the first time as a soul I just kind of stood up, like as a mature soul, and just spoke up. It had to be channeled, because back in those days, getting whippings and all that, of course, our parents didn't know the right way to do things, and that's, but you had to be very brave to like tell your parents something like hold on, like this is me, like. But I was a little kid, and I remember my mom telling me like, you don't have to stop clowning in class and this and that. And I actually, like, it's almost quote unquote, I was like, Mom, Like I hear you, but asking me to stop clowning in class is almost like asking Carl Ray to stop being Carl Ray. I almost told her in those words, I'm like, I could tone it down, but my sense of humor is me. You can't shut that off. Like that's what makes me me. You know what I'm saying? Like you shut that off, then you got a whole different. That ain't even Carl Ray no more. You know what I'm saying? Carl Ray, what I considered myself back then. Universal frequencies now. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I've been having that great sense of humor, and also with being generous and idealistic, but most importantly, dealing with philosophy and travel and freedom. Like I was thinking it was just one, but like all those aspects also, resonate with me more. You know what I'm saying? Cause back to the Capricorn situation where structure and things gotta be solid foundation and this and that. And I'm looking at my lifestyle and I'm like, bro, I'm living nomadic, staying with this person, that person. I'm constantly just like on the move and love being on the move. Like how some people will feel uncomfortable with, not having a structured living space is like it's like I'm cool with it. Of course I get, my little structured living space, but it's more about the enjoyment of just traveling, and going different places. So I realized though that, that the Sagittarius nature is my true nature. Another one that stands out to me, being open-minded, but honesty and outspokenness almost to a fault. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. Matter of fact, cause one of the stones too, indirectly, which was funny, indirectly, the crystals I work with teeter in between the line of Sagittarius and Capricorn, and it's right by each other, so they're gonna have those similar characteristics. I mean, even similar in the embodiment of like how, say for instance, Sagittarius half horse, half man, and then Capricorn half like a mermaid fish and half goat. You know what I'm saying? So closely related in essence, but the honesty and outspokenness, and most Sagittarius it could be to a fault, and I realized how much that been for me. Like, well, at the sake of keeping it real, I will possibly cross that line of making people feel uncomfortable, you know, in which I'm finding the balance with that because I also feel like, all right, people energy vamp me so much as a psychic empath, you know, I'm gonna return the favor, not taking your energy, but just return the favor by making the area aqua for you by being extremely truthful about a situation. people, people, extreme truth is like putting a little roach motel in the middle of some roaches, and everybody just like everybody like they, for the most part, society created this falsehood of living. But anyway, that's something else that stand, you know. That's closely related to my being, how I naturally act and naturally, be. But intense curiosity and biggest traveler, another thing, in which the time and responsibility and the structure of business, all that, I'm like nah, like I'm not with that Capricorn energy like I thought I was, because I was looking at it like, all right, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm trying to start my own thing, so maybe that's part of, the business part to a Capricorn, but I'm like, nah, like I just realized how much I was reaching to a certain extent, and how much that, you basically create a placebo effect dealing with your zodiac signs, where the zodiac signs that we've been embracing most of our life, even if we see ourselves being inconsistent with the characteristics, we may still embrace it. I feel like, well, let me mold my life to be this, and remember, it's all about matter of fact. And you could also see Ophiuchus sign coming out as a representation of the Christ story, where Christ was like the 13th, the number 13 with his 12 apostles, the 12 zodiac signs. And in our spiritual evolution is about breaking away from those 12 zodiac signs and just being who you truly, soulfully are. But in essence, like you don't wanna you wanna recognize and embrace your zodiac signs to a certain extent. Like you don't wanna forcefully say, all right, since I was born in, the area of Sagittarius, let me forcefully travel. Let me forcefully, know these things. The astrology is just explaining, what should be your true nature, and not things that, all right, because you was born on this date, you have to do this and you have to be like this. Be what your heart tells you to be. At the end of the day, that's the intelligence that overrides everything too. You know what I'm saying? It's your heart intelligence that overrides everything outside of your being. Matter of fact, because that's when the first lessons are learned, is when you realize that your heart energy overrides your parents. I remember that growing up as a kid, where I remember like the first time my mom tried to scare me about going somewhere on my bike, and my heart told me she lying. Like straight up, like she's lying out of how can I say, in, in in essence, good intentions, but she's lying in order to scare you away from going this place because she don't want you going there. She's this is not really gonna happen. So basically, like your insight, that heart, that heart is where it's at. That'll tell you, what it is. But in my heart, I realize how much I am a true Sagittarius sun sign and a true Pisces moon compared to being a Capricorn. But, you know, right now, y'all go out, look up some 13 sign natal chart calculators. Get to work and start realizing, because that's another thing too. Reason why this is important, because all right, I know I see the Sagittarius energy that's inevitable, or not say inevitable, but I see the Sagittarius energy that's obviously coming out of me. So now, like say for instance, now I done started listening to Sagittarius readings on the astrology, even though they're giving it from a Western perspective and leaving out Ophiuchus. In essence, it's still embodying the characteristic of that zodiac sign. But now you do want to move into dealing with, 13 sign zodiac and getting away from that Western astrology, you know what I'm saying? But also doing what works for you in the moment, you know what I'm saying? If the 12 zodiac astrology you feel is really helping you and your intuition telling you to ignore the 13 sign system, cool. I doubt if your inner being does that, but just to throw that out there, you know what I'm saying? But you might want to really move towards embracing the 13 sign Zodiac. Because we moving around, man. We moving around. Gotta buy you another birthstone. Gotta buy you another ring, get you another necklace, get you different bracelets made, or whatever the case may be, because, and that's for some of us, not all, you know what I'm saying? Some of us may still remain in our same zodiac sign, proving truly that you truly are, that zodiac sign, but a lot of us, are not in essence. But just don't trip out, you know what I'm saying? Don't feel like, oh, like I gotta change all, you know what I'm saying? It's a gradual change, but it also, again, using your intuition and just looking within and, feeling what vibration you really truly embrace, like that's the thing of true knowledge, is opening your mind and not taking a side, like being completely observant and not standing on any side, and really say, like, all right, what is my true characteristics? What am I really showing and displaying? To really get an honest assessment. Because one thing that hinders growth on all levels is lying to yourself. Like, you could never, if a crackhead lying to himself about smoking crack, they ain't gonna never get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to take care of what you gotta take care of, you gotta, acknowledge what's going on, and then move forward. But yes, so now officially, you know what I'm saying? No more Capricorn repping. It been nice. It's been nice being a part of the Capricorn vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna miss y'all. But it's Team Sag, man. Team Sagittarius, man. Team Sagittarius. No matter of fact, Sagittarius and Pisces moon. Because another thing, too, our sun sign is what we choose to show the world. But that moon sign, that shadow self is that's really living on the inside also, you know what I'm saying? Just as much as the sun sign, you know what I'm saying? The sun sign, not the sunshine. The sun sign is what showed to everyone, that's the person and the characteristics that are constantly shown to the public. But then your moon sign is kind of like, it's not, it's like the sign, like the hidden, the shadow self, so to speak. But you know, Pisces moon and Sagittarius sun sign. It just makes so much sense for me. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely want to check into that. And again, don't feel like, man, got your class ring, all these things. And it's like, it's cool, man. Just switch it up and embrace. You know what I'm saying? But embrace whatever is your true nature. What you feel you act upon without reading the zodiac sign. Like you've been acting, however you've been acting before you even discovered astrology and zodiac signs. You know what I'm saying? Also look back to those characteristics, and you'll really see who and what you truly are as far as a zodiac sign. You know. Because these stars and planets be aligned in certain areas, and when you come through your mom's portal, that energy is being put into your makeup, into your DNA, to your electromagnetic field, and you act with those vibrations within your being. That's why another thing too, before I go, is always great to do your natal chart. Go find your natal chart calculator. Now again, this is gonna it's gonna be a little difficult. Matter of fact, and while I'm thinking about it, the brethren, let's see, I'm gonna have to think of the sister name too. The brethren 13 sign astrology. I think it. Look up 13 sign astrology on YouTube. But they got that brethren right there. Matter of fact, blessings to the brethren. He deals more with speaking on like 13 signs zodiacs and embracing it fully. So check out some of his videos. Cause matter of fact, even me myself, I've been watching some of his videos to kind of get little insights on it. Because you find that almost everybody on the internet is using the Western astrology. Not really embracing the 13 sign astrology with Ophiuchus. You know what I'm saying? But definitely check that brother out. I'm trying to think of the other sister name. I'm gonna have to put it in the video in the credits. But definitely want to look to find 13 sign natal charts. Get your natal chart done, because you're not just your sun sign. It took me a while to realize that. I'm like, all right. Matter of fact, and embracing their own, like, oh, Capricorn, all right, that's me. That's what we're rolling with. That's me all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you got a moon here. You got this planet in this house. This planet in your house of relationships. You know what I'm saying? And say, for instance, just off of my common sense, I haven't studied this fully, but it all goes like, so say, for instance, you have Mars in your house of relationships. So you may have warlike vibrations in your relationships, or a strong passion within your relationships, things of this nature. So that's how these different planets being in different houses and all that, their energies mix and mingle together. But I digress. But just, embrace the new sign. Team Sagittarius was up. Capricorns, it's still love. It's still love, but now I gotta go. It's like an animal finding out that he's been living a whole nother animal's life. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a lion living with the sheep for a second. It's like, oh wait, hold on, I'm really a lion. Like, all right, let me go with the lions. You know what I'm saying? But just embrace your true 13 sign, uh, your 13 sign astrology, zodiac sign. You know, so definitely go look at that. But peace, happy now. Now is the vibrate, and the rate at which we're vibing. We're not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past right now. Peace.